Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider, the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Private alongside Melissa McFerrin, and 1-1 on the very young season, just 2 games in. A home win over Jackson State, a loss at Arkansas State. Both games relatively close and kind of odd how they went. I know not the best performance, but did scratch out the win against Jackson State. However, at Arkansas State, thought the team looked vastly improved. Unfortunately, a little stretch at the end propelled Arkansas State to the win.
Certainly Jackson State was a game that we felt like we got a little bit of momentum in the first half, but played really poorly in the second half. Did not manage their pressure well, particularly their full court press, and just lacked the aggression to really go into attack mode against that and make something good come from the fact that they extended their pressure. But we came away with a win that we weren't really happy about, but we took it away. Had a great week of practice. I really felt like our kids locked in. We tidied up some things, and I think that showed in Arkansas State. We were, just as a whole, the game as a whole was not a game we were just incredibly disappointed about. I thought a lot of points in the game, we played very sound defense. Going into the game, we weren't quite sure that we would be able to manage their ability to put the ball on the floor. They played about 12 deep. Yeah. They were putting a lot of kids on the floor. They played great defense. But really, as the game went on, we got into the fourth quarter. We were in a little bit of foul trouble. We had Jamira Schutz and Atlanta Davis on the bench. They got a little bit of rest, though, so we felt pretty good going into the last 5 minutes of the game. Problem is that we didn't execute that last stretch of the game, and that really is what it came down to. Our help side defense, we had a few runouts that weren't there, gave up some offensive rebounds that ended up in fouls.
And, of course, how it goes is they kind of struggled at the free throw line through 3 quarters, but once it got into crunch time, they started getting the line. It seems like they couldn't miss.
They did, and they got the momentum, and I thought we put our head down just a little bit. We had some things not go our way that we had to manage emotionally. We didn't do that as well as I would have liked. And then again, later in the game when we had a lot of subs on the floor, we really didn't execute some of the things that we had worked on. But again, I can't be completely disappointed. I can be disappointed in the loss, but the development of our team from game to game, we saw a much better team on the floor against Arkansas State.
First 2 games, the players we expect to play well, I think, played well. We know what the team is. The one player that stood out to me is one of your newcomers, Kiana Coomer, off the bench, has really been kind of a spark. She seems very solid in her overall game.
Kiana Coomer has been the difference. She was the difference in the Arkansas State game yesterday. She came off the bench, 10 rebounds, I believe. She had 7 rebounds against Jackson State. She's going to hit the scouting report. The one thing that I wasn't able to get her to do last night is shoot the open 3. Yeah. And she was trying to do exactly what we asked her to do, but she didn't pull the trigger on the open 3s, and those were a couple of things that we really could have used.
Coach, you're going to turn around Thursday. You'll be down in Birmingham. We'll get that rivalry game with the UAB back up. Of course, none of these players have played UAB and vice versa, but when you first got here, we were running out of the old Great Midwest Conference and the Conference USA, and a long history with Memphis and UAB.
It's a great rivalry game. It's got a lot of history to it, as we all know, that our players don't have any idea. We got them at our place, I think 2 years ago, and came away with a close win. They've got most of their team back. They're a veteran team. We're going in with a young team. But we're going to have to manage some screening scenarios, and we're going to have to manage a lot of shooters on that team. So we'll go back to the drawing board again this week. If we see the same kind of improvement from Game 1 as we did to Game 2, if we can see that same improvement going into Game 3, then it's going to be a barn burner.
Then you turn around over the weekend, you got Louisiana Tech. You talk about history and a storied program. They've definitely got it.
Another rivalry game. They got us at their place. We've typically beaten them here, so these are mid-major type of games on really good mid-major teams. So it's a good challenge for our team. But as we go into these next 2 games, and I think we went to Arkansas State, even on the road, saying that's a good basketball team, but we need to come away with a win. I liked our kids' mentality. UAB has been picked to win Conference USA, so they're a team that's going to be very, very good. Same thing with La Tech. These are very good basketball teams. We've got to set our sights on finishing games and coming away with the win.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot as always.
Thanks, Jeff.
Head Coach Melissa McFerrin. I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. Postgame.